Hey guys, it's Van and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic will be quite interesting. It's something very personal, and why I'm doing this video is because every time I'm meeting someone who's like a startup founder or someone in C-suite in a company, they're always asking me, what is my purpose? Why am I trying so hard in everything I'm doing? And it gets me thinking quite a fair bit because I'm also trying to figure that out. And today I'm going to talk about 3 ways to help us find our purpose. And I have with me a special friend with me, Jing An, who has been doing quite a fair bit of personal development videos with me. Let's have him on board. Hi Jing An, thanks for joining me on my channel. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, thanks man. So I'm Jing An, studying currently in NUS Business Year 3, same year as Vanessa, and I'm personally specializing in entrepreneurship. We are both from the same CCA, NUS Angel Ventures.
Yeah, so we met through our CCA NUS Entrepreneurship Society, and I got Jing An here because he is like one of our student expert in Ikigai, and I want to ask you more about it in a bit. Okay, let's start with our very first way on how we can find our why. And that is something that I love, which is begin with the end in mind. So where's the quote from exactly? It's something that you shared with me literally 5 minutes ago.
Right, it's from actually 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey.
Nice. Okay, so I think for myself, the end in mind, right, is to build a business, a startup that can impact millions of people's lives. I don't exactly know what or how, but I know I can sort of envision that, okay, this is something that people can use day to day. It's gonna value add to their life one way or another. So that's my angle, right? And I'm using this angle, right, to reverse engineer and build out the skill sets, the experience, and the network that I need in order to achieve that. So even though it's not something that I'm working on right now, like a startup, right, I'm building an experience in consulting, I'm building an experience in venture capital, which will eventually help me when I'm building my own business. And it's also helping me to meet and network with people from all different industries in order to gain access and also insights in order to help me achieve that goal. So for you, Jing An, like what exactly is your end in mind?
I think really, we have very similar end in mind, in fact, and that's why we can connect very, very well.
Right, yeah.
Right, so actually, in fact, it's really about leaving a legacy for myself. Like,
I see.
Like I really like the whole idea, right? When I was a millionaire actually shared with me, what is true immortality? True immortality, right, is leaving a part of yourself in someone else, so much so that because of your teachings and your impact, right, this person passed these teachings forward, and then this continue to leave a legacy, right? So then what I was thinking, how can I do that? And I found that a lot of entrepreneurs make a really long-lasting impact by building businesses. And
exactly,
right. So that's why I felt like, okay, the biggest impact I can make in the world is by building a business. I don't know what business it is, right? And I'm still like Vanessa is trying to figure out, right? But I think what I'm trying to do is really gain skill sets and network so that I can achieve this objective one day more certainly.
And this is exactly why we're doing so much content across Instagram and YouTube as well, so that we can share things that we learn along the way. And through these social media platforms, we also want to outreach to people from all over the world so that we can plant some little bugs in you guys and teach you guys something or share our own experiences and mistakes along the way. So talking about beginning with the end in mind, sometimes I may not get a clear future. Okay, by 60, I need this. By 50, I need this. But the short-term goal, right, is for myself, by 30, I want to make $1 million. And my boss from EY and also a really great mentor, a leader in fintech space, Varun Mittal, he was telling me, okay, so from now till 30, you have around like 8 to 9 years, right? Start learning about particular skill sets in me. Example, say marketing, thought process, analytical and insightful thought process, right? And start building businesses with small clients first, right? And monetizing it. And also building your professional brand and social credibility on social media like Instagram. And that will help me get towards the vision of being a millionaire by 30. So he's someone that I really look up to because he knew what he wanted early, and at a very young age, even in university, right, even before graduating, start doing things like side hustles, which I'm sure many of you guys have tried to, in order to build the skills and experiences needed down the road. Alright, now for point number 2 of how we can figure out our why, and that is to stay focused and to weed out distractions. Now, this is something that is really important because just like Jing An, we both love to party a lot,
Yes.
drink a lot, have fun, go out with our schoolmates.
Yes.
Join a lot of like fun but not very purposeful events.
Yeah, correct.
And maybe some things are not just about partying and all that, but sometimes we might even try new activities that may not fit into our vision of where we want to be in the future. Especially someone like me with such short attention span.
I think it's more of like, we just like to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right? And for me, I see it as a strength, but also a weakness. Like,
It is.
I want to do a lot of things, then like, wow.
It's great to experiment, but sometimes it wastes a lot of time and energy. So, and then, okay, it becomes a true problem, right? When you get burnt out, which I do sometimes, and then that will kind of inhibit your progress to whatever you want to achieve. Right, so I realized that by having a really clear picture of, okay, by this week I want to achieve this task, by the end of this year I want to be at this level in terms of, like, say, my education and thinking process, the more network I have, my work experiences, or like even financial goals by the end of this year. And that will help you stay focused, such that whenever there's a curveball coming at you, right? Or someone invites you for a party, or like a Netflix new show just launched, you think twice and think whether, can I afford the time, right? To sit aside and have fun first, or should I just have a bit of short-term sacrifices for the bigger picture in mind? So what's like some of the small sacrifices that you make in order to stay like real focused at your goal?
Okay, so that's a very good question. And I think that is when I was in hall, right? In year 1 in Shears, right? We have a very open door policy, and it's very friendly. It's really good. Like, I love it when I can go to my friends, room, and then we just talk and heart to heart for the whole night. Right? And then I realized that, I can't continue this. If not, like, my whole night will be wasted, and I wake up late. So what I did was, I started to close my door, right, in the second stand, which I'm not supposed to. And I started to join more CCAs like NUS Toastmasters, NUS Entrepreneur Society, and that is when I meet more like-minded people, right? Yeah. So I really think that environment shapes a lot, and they always say,
Exactly.
like, you're always average the 5 people you hang out most with. And that's why I only met Ben in like year 2, when I was trying to, find people who are really like-minded, doing a lot of things.
So am I part of the 5?
Right now, yes, of course. We're always meeting every week right
For
now.
For projects and all that.
Projects, CCA,
Exactly.
and right now content creation is going to be exciting. Yeah, so I think
Exactly.
Vanessa is someone who really do a lot, and started to just blow my mind, right? Like how she can manage relationships with her friends, her Instagram, her influencer lifestyle, her media corp, her startup, her intern. Even sleep, that's something I've always pondered about, and I think what she mentioned about
Millionaire by 30, man.
yeah, eyes on the prize, right? And
Yes.
ultimately, how to beat out distractions. Those were really very good tips.
Yeah, so for myself, right, which is not something that I'm encouraging you to do it, we make different sacrifices, but one thing I sacrifice is like my entertainment time. So I find my entertainment differently, like through like drinks and stuff, and getting to know my friends better. But one thing I cut out completely is like, say, Netflix and YouTube and social media. As much as I'm doing videos and posting a lot and all that, right, I don't really like watch shows. So like if you're talking to me about Game of Thrones, I don't know anything at all.
Same, oh my god. Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, like, I don't feel bad about it, or I don't feel FOMO sometimes, because I'm like, okay, I need all these extra hours, right, in order for me to learn as much as I can and to be productive and get to my end goal. And that only came about this go away FOMO kind of feeling when I became clearer about my picture and my purpose. Okay, for my very last a way of how to find out why, Jing An, what exactly is it?
Okay, so really is, I feel personally, being young, we should always be open to make mistakes and try as many things as we can, right? So and by trying, it's not really a mindlessly trying, it is through a framework called Ikigai, a Japanese concept meaning the reason for being, right? So I will share with you, try many things, but how do we exactly try the right, so-called right things, right? So how I came about this whole Japanese concept Ikigai was when I was pretty lost. I came up with this concept, and I thought, hey, that really helped me and my friends a lot. I want to spread more of it, and that's why I created a watch brand about it, to spread this concept, right? It just basically means what wakes you up excited every morning.
So there are 4 key aspects of Ikigai, right? Tell me about it.
Yeah, so basically to achieve Ikigai, the intersection you have 4 things in life. Doing what you like, doing what you are good at, right? Doing what the world needs, and doing what you can be paid for.
I see.
So these are the 4 questions I constantly ask myself in everything I pursue, right? Does it fit, how many of the criteria? 1, 2, or 3? And once it hit 4, I realized that this is something, right, I am very excited to wake up to every single morning.
I see. So it's basically about finding the intersection between all these 4 aspects, and that is precisely what's going to drive you forward.
Yes, correct.
Awesome. And another quote that you shared with me earlier by Will Smith, where is it again?
Okay, yes. So ultimately, what it really means, right, is we want to fail fast, to fail often, and to fail forward. So this is the mindset we have. Mistakes are good. To succeed, you need to fail, right? And it boils down to this quote that my mentor shared with me as well. Is that he said that when you are young, we should make as many mistakes as fast as we can, as early as we can, and as much as we can. But don't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah. I think that's great because by trying all these things early and also making all these mistakes, right, that will help us reel out, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I'm not so good at, or I don't really like to do, and eventually it just paints a clearer and clearer picture of exactly what is your why and what do you want to get out of your life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so one tip before you go off and log off from YouTube is to write a letter for your future self. I think there are quite a few tools that you can drop yourself an email 1 year, 5 years, 10 years down the road, and also thank yourself from what you have achieved. But I think that will kind of help you reflect on, okay, in 5 years time or in even 1 year's time, right, what do I want to achieve? And that is kind of your mini milestones, right, to your end goal and to your bigger picture of why.
So we'll leave a link down below in the description, right? This is actually something I've shared with Ven, and she personally tried it, I think 1 year ago when I shared about this whole concept of writing a letter to your future self. I put some video about it as well on my IGTV.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you learn a thing or two about how we can figure out our why and why it's so important that we need to figure out our purpose. Thanks so much for joining me, Jing An, and it has been so much fun. Give us a like and comment down below what else you want to see next time. And of course, hit share and subscribe. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.